All right, let's put our hands together for USB Type-C display drivers. All right, I'm Adam Dymitruk. I founded a company called Adaptec Solutions because I was frustrated with a lot of things that were not working in typical dev shops and decided to concentrate on something that really is my passion, and that's CQRS and event sourcing. It seems to have wound its way into how you write proper microservices these days. So how do we teach this thing? It's quite complex. What you get when you look for microservices or event sourcing or CQRS is a barrage of information. So I want to talk to you about how we can make tools to teach this to our programmers, to our architects. I think it's really important, especially after the last talk, to see how we can attain those things and show specific parts of it, especially the code part, which can get quite daunting, as we'll see. So everyone recognizes the circular architecture from CQRS. Boy, show this to a beginner, right? Actually, it's supposed to be a lot simpler, and we try to make it simpler. And on top of this, let's see what's going on. Nope. On top of that, we throw in some service bus technology, event store. Let's throw in some Angular, some React.js. Wow, we really simplified things, eh? Now we can really learn what CQRS is, how to do microservices with all this stuff. Let's go back and take a look at what this means underneath. It is quite simple. There are three things to doing these things correctly. There's an API layer, we deal with transactions, we update read models somewhere else, and the circle is complete. Three things at the core. So why do we complicate this so much? The answer is always, well, we need something non-trivial to scale in production, etc. But that's not how you learn concepts. That's why we have hello worlds. So is there a good hello world for microservices, for those core important concepts of how you store state, how you move forward on your state transitions, how you move forward on the next version of your read model? Let's take away the biggest problem, async. Async is great and everyone loves it, but that's total bullshit for a beginner. It's one of the worst things to set up a spec and have to have an actor be spun up and hook it up somehow. Oh, but it's just another line of code to listen for this event coming on the other way. Oh, we just need another endpoint mailbox for this actor model. I don't want any of that. I want to show them that the state transition is very quickly satisfied by the simplest representation of that rule, one if statement or something. I don't want to deal with all that other stuff. Sorry, I want to go back to this. So by taking away async and making everything synchronous, we can complete that circle almost all the way through, and we don't do asynchronous. We can go and start with that command, store that event if it's successful, publish that event via a for loop. Nothing else. I don't want a service bus. I want a for loop that'll iterate through each projection that we need to update. Execute that code with that event hard-coded right there. You have type safety. You can use ReSharper or whatever you're using to jump through those types, see where they're used. Update all those read models in that for loop. Return all the way back to the browser with the page that's going to display the most up-to-date information. Sounds a lot simpler. So what I do to do this? My first stab at this is to say, all right, let's choose a language, let's choose a framework. I chose Go because it has a web server built in. A lot of people will be able to go to the first page of Golang and take a look and see how they can serve up a couple of URLs. Runs anywhere, so it's good. What do I do for Event Store? I'm not going to use Greg Young's Event Store. I'm not going to even use system.io or whatever the equivalent is. I'm going to use Git, because Git's a great learning tool. Git's also a distributed system, right? You can do a lot of repos, so that works quite well. And that whole path that we take in CQRS, that circle, and go all the way back, we can just update things in the repository itself as a snapshot of different files and commit that. Each little interaction with our CQRS system is going to be, the effects of it are going to be stored in that commit. So now you can do a diff between each commit or do a log-p and see exactly what's happening in each one. All right, so I invite you to join me downstairs to look at this, but also to try your hand with C#, F#, something that's more relevant to this conference, and do the same thing. so that you can teach microservices properly to your coworkers, show it effectively to your boss, and all those other things. So yeah, please join me. Don't get tempted by stuff. Let's keep things simple and show that. And that's the unconference downstairs. I think I put one slot down there. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Adam.